Hi everyone, thanks for joining us again. Steve Crosby here. Have you ever met someone who is like a walking, talking Bible encyclopedia, but you don't want to be around them? Someone who's actually miserable, makes everybody else miserable, but boy, they can talk Bible doctrine. Have you ever been around someone like that? Someone who is missing the aroma of Jesus Christ, yet they're full of the Bible? Alas, it's too common a phenomena, particularly in evangelical and fundamental sort of circles of Christianity. Why is that? You know, most people think the scripture says that, if you want to be an approved workman, you need to study to show yourself approved, based on 1 Timothy 2:15, where the scripture says, study to show yourself an approved workman, not ashamed, before God. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean to fill our heads with Bible? Study a book? Do you know that the literacy rates, or let's put it this way, the rate of illiteracy in both the Jews and the Gentiles in the time of Jesus and Paul was about 97%? That means only about 1 to 3% of the population could even read. And there was no Bible when Paul wrote that verse. There were floating letters the apostles would write to churches. There were copies of the Torah, of which you would be lucky if there was one in an assembly. So we're supposed to believe that Paul is writing to an illiterate people to tell them to read something that they couldn't read even if they had, and that didn't exist at the time. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Of course it doesn't. Well, then what does that passage mean? And what does it mean to study, as what King James calls? And what does it mean to be approved, as the King James calls it? If this interests you, the blog that I'm going to refer you to, and if you found me on the blog, you're already here, unpacks this in detail. Could I encourage you to take a look at it and stop by and take a look at some of the other things we offer also? SteveCrosby.com, we have some resources for you. There are, of course, other articles on the blog. And in the month of September 2013, we're presenting an opportunity to get some free resources from us called a survival guide. And it's available at www.badchurchexperience.com. You can get a free PDF download, and you get a free audio file of one of the chapters of one of our books. So check it out if you have a couple of minutes, and we'll see you the next time.